Hello, and thank you for purchasing the Product Ingredients Shopify section by qwiqode. In this video, I'll show you how to use Metafields as ingredients or category titles. This is a good option to add different ingredients. For example, if you're selling this type of product and you have another product that doesn't share the same ingredients, you can add Metafields to have different ingredients on this list. Okay, so first we go to the section settings and we scroll down to the ingredient settings right here, and then we enable this, use Metafields for ingredients. And right now we don't see any changes because we don't have Metafields, but for now let's save. Okay, and now let's go to the settings of our store. Okay, and from here we go to content, and then we click on MetaObjects and we click on add definition. Okay, and on name we add ingredient. Description, we can add the same ingredient, and then we can add multiple fields. The first one will be a single line text. Okay, and this one will be used as title, so it can be either an ingredient or a category title, but for now let's just call it title like this. And description, you can put title, and we keep it on single line text and one value. Okay, and then we click on add. Okay, then we add another field, and on this one we select true or false. Okay, and then on name we add category, and description we can add use MetaObject as category, and then on validations we enable this to be required. Let's click on add. Okay, then we add another field, and this one's gonna be file. Then on name we can add icon like this, and on description we can add only available when using true on category. Okay, we can keep it on one file, and then on specific file types we don't need videos because it's only images, so we can uncheck this and keep images and click on add. Okay, so this one is only available for categories. And then we add another field, and this one will be multi-line text. And on name, we add description. And then in here, we can add available when using false on category. Use it as ingredient description. Okay, so it's a multi-line text. We click on add. Okay, so we're done with this part, so we can click on save. Now we need to add a definition to our product. So for adding that definition, we click on custom data, and then we click on add definition. And on name, we can add product ingredients. Okay, and namespace and key, we keep it like this. And on description, we can add maybe product ingredients section. And then on select type, we go to the list and we select the meta object that we just created. Okay, so we click in here, and on reference we find an ingredient and we click on it, and then instead of one entry we need to select list of entries, so that way you can add multiple ingredients to your product. And we keep it like this, and we click on save. Okay, now that we have a definition and we also have a meta object, let's add some data to it. So we can close this and we can go to our products and then click on the product that we want to add those meta fields, and we scroll down to the product meta fields and we click on product ingredients. Okay, and right now we don't have entries, so we can add a new one. So we can add the ingredients. First, I'm gonna add chocolate. On category, I'm not using this as a category, I'm gonna use it as ingredients, so we can keep it on false. Icon, we can ignore it because we're using it as ingredient. And then on description, we can add a small description like this. Okay, and then click on save. Okay, so we have that ingredient. But to add more, we can click again, add a new entry. We can say roasted almonds. We keep it on false because I want to use this as an ingredient, not a category. Okay, so we can ignore the icon. And then description, we can add something like this. We click on save. So we have two ingredients, but let's add a category for those ingredients. We can add a new entry, call it natural. And on category, we select true. And icon, we can add a custom icon, something like this. And on description, we can leave it blank because it's only for the ingredients. So let's save. Okay, and because these two I want to wrap them as natural ingredients, I'm gonna move this to the top. Okay, so when using that category, whatever ingredients are after that category title will be wrapped inside that category. Let me show you. Let me save this. Let's go back to the product template and refresh, and we'll see the category with the category icon and then the ingredients in here. So you can add multiple categories with multiple ingredients. I'm gonna add more content and speed up the process. I'm gonna refresh the page and we see that new content. I added a category title with an icon, and then I added another ingredient. Okay, so you can add multiple ingredients using this method. And that's it. Thank you again, and if you have any questions or if you have any issues, please don't hesitate to contact us via the support page on our website. Thank you and take care.